Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a journal with me process video. I'm going to be working in the back of my journal because I know I have some map paper that I would like to use. So this map paper is a fold out and it folds out a few times, and I wasn't too sure if I would use this page when I made my journal, but I love how I have used it and I love how the pages turned out in the end. So here I have some ephemera from orders I have either placed online or from Happy Mail, and I start by playing around with the pieces just to see how they might fit on the page. I would like to try and fit all of these items on the brown craft pages. This blue envelope holds a zine and a letter from my friend Stephanie, and I think everything else is from when I placed some online orders. I also have these postage stamps. These ones are the self-adhesive kind and they are mainly from the US. And I also have this stamp album with stamps I have taken off paper or soaked off paper. All of these stamps are from online shop orders or from Happy Mail, and I'm going to use the map paper to display some of them as I think it will be really special to keep some forever. I've decided to add this postcard in as a flip out page, so I'm just adding a strip of washi tape down the side and folding it over the edge of the page. This washi tape is from MT, and I got the postcard from Suzanne, who is Susafo's Vintage Paper, I think, on Etsy, and I will link all this information down in the description box for you. And here I'm just ripping off a little bit of washi tape because I didn't want to cover up my writing. This little note card is from Grace at Miss Paper Lover Designs on Etsy, and I absolutely love how she's written my name. I did trim it down a little bit, and then I decided to staple it to the postcard and attach it as like the flip out part. But I did make a little bit of a mistake here because, as you can see, my stapler doesn't actually reach, and I didn't want to cover up the little logo on the back of the card, so in the end I had to take the whole thing back off, staple it together and then reattach it onto the page. And I'm just using my Tim Holtz tiny attacher, and I use this quite a lot in my journaling spreads and I just really like using it. And then moving on to the opposite side of the brown craft paper, I'm going to see if I can add in all the other pieces. So I have this little logo from Katie Moody. I've also got a piece of note paper from her as well, and I'm just cutting that out so I don't have any excess paper in my journal. And again, I will leave Katie Moody's info down in the description box for you. She does also have a YouTube channel, so I will link that for you as well. And with this little envelope, I do have some items in there, so it is quite thick and heavy. So I'm just using double-sided tape on the back to stick it into my journal. And I'm just figuring out where I want this little logo piece to go. And I'm going to stick this little note in with a glue stick. This is a page from a vintage dictionary children's book, and I thought it would work really well on this map paper, but it was a little bit too big, so I do need to trim it down a little bit. And I'm going to be using this map paper to document some of my stamps, so I thought it fitted in really well. and I'm just going to be sticking that in with my glue stick. So here I'm just going through my stamp album and picking out some stamps. This is a really pretty swan stamp and it had some gold foiling on it, and I'm going to be including that on this page because I absolutely love it. I've picked out this red vintage label which I've printed on sticker paper, and I'm going to add some writing on top of that. I will leave a link for the red labels down in the description box for you. And here you can just see me rearranging the stamps into an order that I kind of like. And here you can actually see me doing some writing on camera. It isn't very often I write on camera because I just don't. But I did do quite a bit of writing on camera in this journaling session. So to add all of the stamps into my journal, I'm just using a glue stick. And I hadn't realised that I didn't add any washi tape to the inside of this flip out page, so I'm just adding a little piece of this gorgeous washi tape by MT on the inside. I've pulled out some of my vintage linen printables, and I'm going to be adding one on this brown craft paper, and I'm going to add some journaling on top of it. And I choose this one with the blue and red flowers because I thought it went really well with the butterfly. Again, I'm just journaling on camera here for you, and if you wanted to purchase any of these vintage linen printables, they are available in my shop. I think this particular one I am using is in Vintage Linen Pack 1, and I will link them down in the description box for you. And because I've just printed it on normal copy paper, I'm just using a glue stick. And here I'm just adding in a few more UK stamps. So I think I picked a butterfly, a tree and a fish to fit at the bottom of this page. And I'm just adding in another one of those red labels, and I also added a couple of extra stamps just to fill in that little gap. And I really like how that blue and red flower on the vintage linen just pops out next to the butterfly. And then moving on to the opposite brown page, I'm just adding in a couple more red labels, and I think those red labels tie all of those pages all together. Moving on to the inside of the map fold out, I'm starting with some of the self-adhesive USA stamps, and I will say that I didn't plan where all the stamps would go, and so the USA stamps span over 3 different panels, 2 on the inside which are not next to each other, and 1 on the reverse, which is totally fine. I did have a bottle of Stamp Lifter liquid to remove the self-adhesive stamps from the paper backing, but I wouldn't recommend it. It does leave the adhesive on the stamp, so you don't need a glue stick, but it was very time consuming and got a bit messy in the end. I'd recommend just cutting around the stamp and using a glue stick to stick it onto your page. I was just trying to remove the excess paper from the stamp and have a little less bulk in my journal. For normal stamps, ones that are not self-adhesive, you can just soak them in some hot water to remove the paper backing and use a glue stick to stick them in your journal. These floral stamps are from Germany and I absolutely love them. I was hoping I'd have a full page, but I didn't quite get that many. And now I'm just showing you what the pages look like with all of the stamps stuck down. I did add some journaling and I did also leave some space in case I want to add a few more stamps in the future. And I'm just going in with a little bit more washi tape to decorate this page. And I've pulled out my crepe paper Maggie Home stickers. These ones are from the Marigold collection and I've just added in a floral sticker and a bow sticker. And these are the finished pages. I am so happy with how these pages turned out. I really hope you enjoyed watching my journal process and how the pages came together. I really hope it gave you some ideas and inspiration on how you can use matte paper in your journal or projects, as I know it can be quite a difficult paper to use as it is so busy. I hope you're all doing really well. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.